Hello, this is the lecture number 2 for the chapter triangles of class ninth, and we're discussing the first exercise and we have done up to question number 3. Now in question number 2, this is the figure in which it is given that these two lines L and M is parallel and lines P and Q are parallel. It is given and you have to prove that the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. You have to prove that they are congruent. So we can easily prove that they are congruent because this angle is equal to this because this is the alternate interior angles, and this angle is equal to this because this is alternate interior angles, and AC is common to AC. So in triangle ABC and triangle CDA, angle BAC is equal to angle DCA. This angle BAC is equal to angle DCA because they are alternate angle. AC is common, and the angle BAC is equal to angle BCA is equal to angle DAC because they are alternate interior angles. So by angle side angles, these two triangles are congruent. See the order very carefully. ABC, then CDA because angle A is equal to angle C, and this angle is equal to this angle. See the order very carefully. Now in question number 5, it is given that there is an angle in which AB is the angle bisector of angle A, and from any point on this angle bisector B, two perpendiculars are drawn, that is BQ and BP. This is given and you have to prove that these two triangles are congruent and taking care of the correspondence, and you have to prove that BP is equal to BQ, that is the B is equidistant from these two arms of this angles. Equidistant means B is equidistant from these two arms, that is their perpendicular distance should be equal. So you have to prove that BQ is equal to BP. So how can you prove that they are congruent? If we prove that these two triangles are congruent. So prove that these two triangles are congruent. Now because this angle is equal to this angle this is equal to 90 degree, and this side is common. So by angle side we can prove that these two triangles are congruent. So we are proving a triangle in triangle APB and triangle AQB. APB and AQB, we are proving that they will be congruent. Angle Q is equal to angle P, these are congruent, it is given. Angle BAQ is equal to angle BAP, it is given that they are the angle bisectors, so they are equal, and AB is common. So by angle side, the triangle APB is congruent to AQB by angle side, and BP is equal to BQ by corresponding part of congruent triangles. So therefore we can say that B is equidistant from the two arms of this angle QAP. Equidistance means equal distance, and from the two arms of this angle they are equal, and the distance is always the perpendicular distance you have to prove. Now in question number 6, it is given that see the figure very carefully in your book. There is a quadrilateral ABCE, and these are the diagonal AC, and there is the line segment AD, and which is joined to E, and it is given that this side is equal to this, and this is equal to this, and this angle is equal to, that is BAD is equal to given as EAC. This is given. Now you have to prove that BC is equal to DE. Where is BC? BC is equal to DE. Now how can we prove that they will be equal? If we prove that this triangle ABC and triangle DAE congruent. If we prove that they are congruent, then we can say that BC will be equal to DE. See the figure very carefully. Now because these two angles are equal, so I have let that these two angles be X. Let angle BAD and EAC, which are equal, it is given. Let I have taken equal to X, and this angle DAC I have taken equal to Y. Now in triangle BAC, see the triangles I am taking. BAC and DAE triangle I am taking, and in this AB is equal to AD, it is given. AB is the side of triangle ABC and AD is the side of triangle ADE. They are equal. Now angle BAC, which is equal to X plus Y, and DAE, which is also X plus Y, see it. So they will be equal. And AC, the side of the triangle ABC, and AE of the triangle AD, they are equal, it is given. So by angle side, these two triangles are congruent. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DAE by angle side. See it very carefully. Now because they are congruent, तो side BC will be equal to DE by corresponding part of congruent triangle. Same thing in the question number 7. It is given that these are the two triangle APD and triangle BPE. In this, angle A is equal to angle B is given, and it is given that AP is equal to BP, and it is given that APE is equal to angle BPD, which I will let it equal to X. So in this, this is given, I just told you, and you have to prove that the triangle DAP is congruent to EBP, which can be proved with very easily that they are congruent. Now I have let these two angles equal to X, APE and BPD, I will let it equal to X because they are equal, and this angle I will let it equal to Y. So I am taking the triangle DAP, which you have to prove that congruent, and triangle EBP. In this, angle A is equal to angle B, which is given that they are equal, and AP is equal to BP, it is also given. It is given, I have given the reason. You have to write the reason for in the given step you are writing. And angle APD, which is equal to X plus Y, and BPE, which is also equal to X plus Y, they are equal. So we can say that the triangle DAP is congruent to triangle EBP by angle side angle. The triangle DAP is congruent to EBP by angle side angle, angle side angle. They are congruent, and when they are congruent, we can see easily that AD will be equal to BE by corresponding part of congruent triangle are congruent. So this is the way we have to prove that the triangles are congruent. Now question number 8, it's somewhat lengthy, so you have to be very careful. Now it is given that, see the figure very carefully and read the question very carefully. Now it is given that there is a figure in which this angle C is 90 degree, and M is the midpoint of AB. M is the midpoint of AB, and M is also the midpoint of CD. It is given. It is given that these are equal in the question. Now you have to prove that the triangle AMC is congruent to BMD. You have to prove that they are congruent, and we can prove it very easily because side, angle, side, they will be congruent. Then you have to prove that this angle B will be equal to 90 degree, and after that you have to prove that the triangle DBC is congruent to triangle ACB. And after that, you have to prove that CM is half of AB. CM is half of DC, it is given, but you have to prove that CM is half of AB. So in the proof, first of all, you prove that these two triangles are congruent, that is triangle AMC and triangle BMA. Now they are congruent because this side is equal to this, it is given, and these two are vertically opposite angle, that is angle AMC is equal to BMD, vertically opposite angles, and CM is equal to DM, it is also given. So we can say that AMC is congruent to BMD by side angle side congruence rule. Now because these two triangles are congruent, so we can easily prove that angle, that is angle ACM, this angle will be equal to which angle? BDM. Corresponding parts of congruent triangle are congruent. Angle AMC is equal to angle BMD, so we can prove that this angle C will be equal to angle D. This angle D and this angle C will be equal. ACM, see it very carefully, ACM is equal to BDM by corresponding part of congruent triangle are congruent. Now because these are alternate angles for these two lines, and this is the transversal. Now because these are alternate interior angles for these two lines and this transversal, so we can say that these two lines are parallel, that is AC is parallel to BD, because we had proved that these two angles are equal and these are alternate interior angles. Now when the alternate interior angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. So these two lines are parallel. Now because these lines are parallel, so angle B and angle C will be co-interior angle, and they will be supplementary. This angle DBC and ACB, their sum will be equal to 180 degree because these two lines are parallel and their co-interior angles are supplementary. Now it is given that angle C is equal to 180 degree. Therefore angle B is equal to 180 minus 90. That is angle B is also coming out to be 90 degrees. So this is the second part we had proved, that this angle is equal to 90 degree. First of all, we had proved that these two angles are equal by corresponding part of congruent triangle are congruent, and because these are alternate angles, so this line will be parallel to this because these are alternate angles, and the sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree because they are co-interior angles. When the co-interior angles will be supplementary when the lines are parallel, so this angle will come out to be angle 90 degree. Now we'll prove that the triangle DBC and ACB will be congruent. Now why they are congruent? Because BD is equal to AC, because we had proved that these two triangles are congruent, so this side is also equal to this by corresponding part of congruent triangle are congruent. We have proved that these two triangles are congruent, so this side will also equal to this side. So angle BD is equal to AC, BD is equal to AC, and angle B is equal to angle C. We had proved that this angle is equal to this, both 90 degree, and BC side is common to this BC side. This BC side is common to BC. So triangle DBC is congruent to triangle ACB by side, angle, side. These are congruent. So we had proved that these two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. So when these are congruent, so therefore AB will be equal to CD. AB will be equal to CD, corresponding part of congruent triangle. AB will be equal to DC, corresponding part of congruent triangle are congruent. Now CM is equal to half of CD. It is given CM is equal to half of CD. It is given that M is the midpoint. CM is half of CD. It is given. Now because this is equal to half of CD and CD is equal to AB, so we can say that CM is half of AB from this. AB is equal to CD, corresponding part. AB is equal to CD, corresponding part of the congruent triangle. CM is equal to half of CD. It is given that M is the midpoint of CD, so CM is half of CD. Now because AB is equal to CD and CD is half of, CM is half of CD, so we can say that CM is half of AB also. So this you have to prove. So this is a lengthy question and you have to do it very carefully. We'll discuss the remaining exercise in the next lecture. Thank you.